Hey guys, here in the drum room in Nashville. Behind me you see my Phil Collins Serious tribute kit. I just wanted to share that with you today. I've been playing this for the last few weeks. I've had it several years, but I've been playing it for the last few weeks just to kind of give me obviously that sound, but I'm in a headspace where I feel like celebrating Phil Collins, he's playing, his music, and that's just where my head is at. And I just wanted to share that with you because we all gravitate towards certain drummers, certain bands, and certain brands. This was built for me by a dear friend in Pennsylvania called Paul Bellino, Dr. Paul Bellino. Yeah, he's a doctor, and he also enjoys working with wood. He's amazing at it. It's what he does at the weekends and every evening. And he built me a snare drum, which you'll find on my Rhythm Saint page or Drumming Academy, whatever. I have it packed away right now for my 40th, 8 years ago. And I got inspired. I had a eureka moment when he delivered it for his son's, during his son's drum lesson with me. I was like, wow, would you collaborate with me on a project? I always wanted one of these kits, and I think it was 3 times I attempted to purchase the shells from Gretsch, and I wasn't taken seriously. So me being me, I just made it happen myself, and the result is fantastic. Paul has built an amazing kit for me. We collaborated on it. We've used all the same dimensions: 8, 10, 12, 15, 16, 18, and Phil's 20 by 14 kick, which sounds amazing. I usually run 22-inch kick drums, 16 and 18 in depth, but for 20 years I used a 20-inch bass drum with my Recording Custom kit, so I'm comfortable with the size and I'm comfortable with the sound. This has an open bass drum. You know, the head is clear on the front, it's open, and it really pushes air, and it has a nice contact definition, which I like. So I really love playing this kit. I have Earthwork microphones overhead to catch the toms, the snare, the cymbals right now. I'm triggering the kick, and I'm looking forward to putting individual earthworks on each drum and just getting that real detail of sound. But for now, I'm getting what I believe to be really good sound. So check out Earthworks microphones, they're amazing. So yeah, this kit is about celebrating Phil Collins, celebrating his playing. My career as a drummer, my journey as a drummer, as a young drummer, watching Phil Collins and being inspired by him, like many of us drummers. And I think often he's very underrated. He's on the radar again for the last few years because he's out with his solo project. His son Nick is playing drums for him. He's also very talented. He's using one of Phil's Gretsch kits. He's using the white kit that was used with Genesis and Phil's solo career. So, you know, the concert tom sound, that sound that Phil has, is very unique. And if you like Phil Collins, you're gonna like that sound. And so it's just, I like it. You know, there's an attack and a brightness that happens with these concert toms, you know. Paul also helped me replicate the snare, the Noble & Cooley piccolo. We have Noble & Cooley snares on it. And I'm just sharing it all with you today because if you have a drummer that you lean towards, if you have a hero drummer or band and sound that you like, you know, go do it. I mean, I can come through this door every day and I have the Phil Collins sound, and I tweak it a little bit for myself. I have it pretty much set up the way intended, and the angles are probably very slightly different to Phil's. I think definitely the floor toms, just to suit my playing, and the height. I think I sit at a different height to Phil, although I think we're both pretty much the same height as human beings. And I just want to, again, there's going to be lots of these videos just to inspire you, have a think about your journey, and maybe build a setup that's, you know, of your favorite drummer. I do see a lot of you guys do that, and I think it's great, you know, whether it's Neil Peart, Ginger Baker, Chad Smith, and Joey from Slipknot, whatever, just do it, because why not? I mean, we're not trying to be those guys. I'm not trying to play exactly like Phil, excuse me. Although I will play a lot of his parts pretty close, but I've got to be me at the end of the day, and you've got to be you. I do have other kits. I'm going to be building a Jeff Beccaro kit. On this, I'm using Evans heads, G2 clears. I'm using a G2 coated on the kick. I'm using drum dots. The Paiste signatures are just amazing. I'm with Paiste, and I just cannot say enough about Paiste cymbals. I'm using 13-inch sound control hi-hats, and I'm using the Earthworks SR25 overheads, and they're just unbelievable what they capture. So I'm very excited to get more detail, have more mics on these kits. I'm triggering the bass drum with a Yamaha EAD. It's going into a very basic interface, and then into my Mac, and this is a pretty simple setup. I throw in the music, the backing track or the session track, and I'm getting a really nice sound with this. But it's really great to get a sound that's close to the guy that you really admire, the drummer you really admire, and it's inspiring. So I'm just saying to you guys today, if you haven't done it yet, go build that dream kit, go acquire that dream kit. You can do it, and you'll never look back. I mean, I found that when I was coming up, I spent a lot of time looking at these guys and wishing I had that gear, and the gear makes a huge difference, of course. But by the time I got my technique down and established myself, then it was time to start celebrating the various drummers. And I just think it's just wonderful. It's uplifting every day for me, and I'm very grateful for it. So whoever your drummer is that inspires you, go do it. Go do it, and do it for you. I mean, I like to share this stuff, but honestly, I'm doing it for me, because I remember back in the day going to see Phil, going to see Genesis. I saw Phil with Eric Clapton. My mind was blown. I saw him a couple of years ago back in Madison Square Gardens. Okay, he wasn't drumming, which broke my heart, quite honestly, because he's not able to drum anymore, and I think there's a bit of that in it for me, especially lately. I feel compelled to just keep letting people know that he was a great player. He's a great musician, and that's what it is for me. So it's not just drums and gear and money and stuff. This drumming's a lifestyle. So go do it for you. Please, if you've any questions, just drop me a line. Anyone wants to hear the kit, you're more than welcome to ask me, and I'll play something for you, and I'll send it to you. There's some stuff in the last week or so. There's some recent performances on this kit on my YouTube channel, on here, Rhythm Saint, and Drumming Academy. So get with me. So it's going to be a lot more of this. I want to share my journey, share what's going on in my head, what comes out in my hands, and I hope in even a little way it inspires you to start looking at drumming with a broader sense of your own happiness and gratitude. Okay, Rhythm Saint out.